C15.
Hey folks, I'm here at Fisherman's Supply in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey with my buddy Gary, and we're going fishing tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Where are we going?
We're going to hit the Manasquan Reservoir in Howell, New Jersey.
That's one of the bigger electric onlys, right?
Yeah, definitely one of the bigger ones. Definitely the biggest one in this area of New Jersey. And it's got a whole variety of different fish in it.
Cool.
But we're looking to get on the bigger bass. We'll probably do some drop shotting, deep cranking.
Nice.
And then try to find some bigger smallies.
Cool. I'm starting here just because I wanted to acknowledge Fisherman's Supply as the Torqeedo dealer here in New Jersey that really services all of the electric-only reservoir anglers in the state. So we're going to go get some dinner and then get up early tomorrow and go catch some fish.
Outstanding.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. We're getting ready to launch, and I'm going to wheel this down to the ramp here in a second, but I want to show you. This is the Travel 1103, 3 horsepower equivalent electric outboard, and I'll go ahead and bolt that on there. Normally when we use this, we use the tiller throttle, which, you know, twist it and it goes. We got the kill switch here, but what we're going to do, it's a little bit different. I'll show you in a minute. We'll go ahead and set the battery on there, and instead of, this is actually the 915 watt-hour lithium battery, tons of range, got a GPS unit in it that tells us our speed and actually calculates our remaining range. These connections are IP67 rated waterproof, and that just means that you can totally submerge it up to 1 meter deep for half an hour and no water is getting in it. So the battery, all the components are rated for that. So, like I said, normally this goes in there and that's your tiller throttle, but we have a remote throttle up front, and I'm actually gonna have Gary run the boat. We'll show you that once it's going, but I'm gonna put the stick steer piece in here. And this is something that's made by Trey Leach at Innovative Sportsman. It's just a stick steer that's up here that allows you to steer everything from the seated position up here right next to the throttle. So you got your throttle with the magnetic kill switch. I have an anchor wizard here and stick steer. So we're ready to go. All right, Gary, I'm gonna give you a primer on everything you already got reverse set. Go ahead and steer that stick steer the other way and kind of see if you can cut back. Yep. Now go forward with the throttle at the same time you change direction. What do you think of that?
That is something else.
So that's going to get us, you know, when I'm solo in it, that gets 6.3. With us in it, you know, I think I did a 2-man trip the other day, and it was, I think 5.5, 5.6 is the top end speed. So
yeah, this is nice. It's definitely quick.
I'm gonna hop back in there in a second, but give me one more good blast off, and I want you to kind of cut and you know, just play with it. Do donuts to get real familiar with what it does. right, think you got it dialed in?
Oh yeah.
You know what it's gonna do?
Yeah.
Give a little gentle backward pulse just to kind of kill your momentum. Perfect. All right, let me hop in. We'll go find some fish. All right, what's our water temp?
Our water temp's sitting at 81. So not too bad. Could be all right.
You said the main forage species are what?
There's herring in here. The bass like to feed on the yellow perch, the white perch, the herring, bluegill. I mean, there's actually shiners in here. People let all the shiners go.
Yeah.
Because they sell the shiners right up at the bait shop up front.
Okay.
And I mean, between the muskie and the bass and the giant bluegill, hopefully today will be a pretty well-rounded day with species.
Nice.
So
I put my deep diving crankbait box in front of Gary. I said, pick something, and he picks out this live target bait ball crankbait. So since we're going to check out a road bed or some kind of hard bottom up here, and we need to get what, 12 feet?
And so we're going to be fishing on a hump. The road bed comes up, it's 12 foot, and then on each side there's a drop off anywhere from 14 to 16 foot on each side, and they seem to just sit right on that ledge. So
nice.
We're just going to crank right across the top of that ledge and try to get bit.
Okay.
And hopefully the hybrids will be over here too, pushing up those white perch.
That'd be fun. What did I catch? I caught him. What is this? Is this a baby hybrid? It's not a white perch because it's got stripes.
That is a baby hybrid.
And I just, unfortunately, snagged him popping it off the bottom. That's interesting. Sorry, little dude. I thought it was a white perch at first, but baby hybrid. All right, we'll get him back in. He's a spiky little dude. See you, guy. Had to try the trout magnet. Got a nice big crappie. That's pretty cool to see that kind of species in here in this timber. What a beautiful animal. We'll go ahead and get him back in. We kept getting pecked at. Our jigs, our bass jigs were getting pecked at, and I think that it might have been some of these crappie pecking at them. Who knows? Nice big slab crappie on the trout magnet, the gold colored one under a bobber on Manasquan here. I'm not ready to eat this guy. I got nowhere to cook him up, so we're gonna go ahead and let him back in there. Let someone else enjoy him. You got a yellow perch?
Yeah, a little tiny yellow perch.
Nice.
Little trout magnet, gold on gold.
Perfect. I think that's what we're having. That we're pecking at the jigs.
Could be these, but there's a lot bigger ones in here too. So
Yeah.
could be their bigger counterparts.
Yeah, Lee, is it caught in the? Oh my gosh! Look at that. We just went all three. We got big crappie, perch, yellow perch, and now the nice bluegill. And it's all on that gold trout magnet. I can't even lip him. He's got a little messed up jaw, but But it's a nice hand size bluegill. Awesome. They keep coming. Chunky.
Oh, you got a bite. You just had a bite right there.
Here he comes.
Little old bluegill. A little sore on his mouth. Stuck him good.
Yeah,
Oh, look at his fin.
Those hooks are.
His fin got a nip taken out of it.
Yeah.
A little sore on the side of his face. Pooping on us.
Nice, man.
Beautiful colors. It's only about 7 inches, but good eating size. If we're gonna eat any today. But beautiful colors. Away they go.
That's a big one. Oh, these things are so much fun. Nice tall one. Get him right back in there. So there's something to be said for bobber fishing. And I think a lot of people might look down on it and say, yeah, I did that when I was a kid, I don't need to do that. I think it helps you with your focus on watching your line, because it's essentially the same thing as watching, and I do it when I bass fish. I watch this bright yellow line and the language that it has out there when I throw a weightless soft plastic out there, or a I don't know, whatever it is. When you watch your line, when you watch a bobber, it's the same thing as watching your line, and it just teaches you that visual focus. Like, don't look away for a second, because you're going to miss that 1 second where it went down, or you're going to miss that 1 second where you have, a weightless soft plastic and it hops forward, and then you've missed the opportunity. Visual focus, I think, is just important, and this is totally that. Peck, peck, peck. It's like Gary's yellow perch he caught a second ago. The colors on these guys are just really cool. We catch them over on Maryland's eastern shore in the spring, and usually he's a little guy, but we get the great big ones by using the trout magnets and just letting them sit on the bottom. So, but that's, that is good food for thought on what these bass in this lake, which we got to get back to fishing for some bass, but what they would want to eat.
It's another decent little bluegill there. And held that trout magnet. So right now, as we're doing is we're throwing I think you got a double. I think we got a double. Oh, no. We're just letting these trout magnets float underneath the bobbers, and the wind's blowing pretty good, and just the dancing of the bobbers getting these guys excited to come up and just smack these little trout magnets. And the reason I like these gold ones the most is because they best represent a mealworm, to my opinion. And the bluegill, the perch, the crappie, they all seem to really like them. So it's a nice little break from casting for the bass for a little bit. Get some fish in the boat.
Alright. Got a slight headwind, and we're trying to see exactly what we can get out of the boat, out of the John boat, with all of our gear weighted down, 2 guys. Looks like we're running at just about 5.2 with all of our gear, 5.3, 5.2, 5.3 with all of our gear loaded down. And Jeff, when it's completely empty, just Jeff, and he's running, he's getting 6.5. So you add another person and a couple of 100 pounds of gear, you're only losing about a mile, 1.3 miles an hour, which overall is not that bad throughout the course of the day.
Not exactly the caliber we're looking for, but beautiful, healthy smallmouth.
Nice. All right, I got my 4th species of the day with a smallmouth. Gary, isn't that the same one you got?
Just about. Good fish. Good fish. Smoked that square bill, bluegill color, 6 cents. So I'm just throwing this little crankbait, 6 cents, bluegill color. It's pretty shallow up against the rocks and then drops off pretty quickly down to 15 to 18 feet. And we're just working this real close, bouncing it off the rocks. Go ahead and get a release on this one.
Stay down, stay down. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Oh, you just swung that thing in. That thing is huge.
Bam.
God, Gary.
Yes, sir. Told you. We get them out on this flat.
This is where we started this morning.
Yep.
And what's the crankbait you got that on?
So this is the 6 cents C15. And it's just in a, I forget the name of the color, but it's just a basic shad color.
Beautiful. That is a chunk.
Yeah. And I'm assuming the big line right there is 5?
Yeah. So 4.5?
Yeah, 4.5.
Nice. Beautiful fish.
That's what we're looking for. See how our tail's recovering too from that spawn.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice going, man.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous one.
The best thing about this is that while we're getting blown back rather quickly with the Torqeedo, the travel motor, we're able to move right back up and get back into position a lot faster than
a bow-mounted trolling motor or stern-mounted trolling motor. It's just got way more power, and it just pushes way harder, way faster. Stay down. Hit the handle. That happens. There we go.
Did you get it out of your hand?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't worry about it. If it goes in, I'll rip it out. There we go.
Nice,
They're
man.
really starting to feed now.
Beautiful fish.
Another one. Same bait. He's got really, really sharp bristle teeth right now. Now they're definitely feeding. Another beautiful fish on that C15. We're just getting everything today.
It's a white perch hitting a white perch crankbait.
On the way up.
That's what they're eating.
That's what the bass are eating, yeah. A little the smaller ones than that, but
Tell me about your rod and reel setup, rod reel line for cranking, and what are we, mostly 12 to 14 feet?
yeah, mostly 12 to 14 feet. I do go out deeper, but so I'm throwing the Sense C15s. I'm using just 20-pound mono, running it to 20-pound braid, and I'm using the 7.6 KLX feeling reel by Kistler. It's a composite blend rod. It's got a glass tip, and it's a blended rod. So you have your composite here, and then you have your glass formed in up at the top, which gives you that nice soft tip when you're cranking. I'm throwing the Smoke HD on it. It has I think it's 26 pounds of drag, so that I can really lock it down when I'm cranking these fish, because with these bigger crankbaits, when you hook them, you can't play them. You have to just horse them. You got to winch them, because the more you let them shake and thrash, that big bait's going to shake out of their face. So you just have to keep cranking them. So this reel, the reel and rod combination is very light. It fits real comfortably in the hand, and you could really do this all day. So far, the key to catching them today has been, as soon as it hits the grass, we're just ripping it out of the grass, and as soon as it comes out of the grass, they're chewing it. Oh, you got a hybrid.
Yeah, I thought I saw stuff moving around out here, like, you know. So this is funny. I'm not wearing my visor because the wind flew it off, and I threw whatever I had to try and hook it, and this hybrid I was trying to hook it, and I had actually cast it over the visor and this fish grabbed it. It was like, nope, you don't get your visor back. I want to eat that jackhammer. That's cool. I'm glad that we got another species, even if I did lose a hat in my, that is cool. Well, how big do these get in here?
10, 12 pounds at best.
Well, that's cool. Another species for the day. I'm happy. See you guys. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That job.
All right. Back in business.
So we're just getting ready to reposition, and right over here there was just a whole bunch of bait got pushed up and blown up on right here in this corner. So full throttle, get over here, make some casts. Hopefully we can fix
something up.
Oh, here they go.
No, it's not. It's a largie. I knew there'd be. Is it a largie? No, it's a hybrid. Nice. Right over there. Nice little chunk.
Beautiful. Show me what you got it on.
Got it on a little straight tail YakAttack.
Nice going, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're wrapping it up for the day. The park closes in what, half an hour or so?
Yeah, just about.
So, a lot of species. What do we get? Let's inventory. White perch,
White perch.
yellow perch,
Yep. Yellow.
bluegill,
Bluegill.
crappie,
Crappie.
smallmouth,
Smallmouth.
largemouth, hybrid striper, and you actually
I got
had
bit off by a muskie.
You got bit off. A lot of different diversity here. It was really fun to do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you inviting me. It's an awesome place. How many other, electric only waters? Just I'd say within like an hour drive of here in the state. Do you know of?
An hour drive from here. There's Assunpink, Rising Sun, Stone Tavern, Lake Shenandoah, Lake Riviera, Manasquan Reservoir. I mean, there's just tons of lakes here in New Jersey that are just strictly electric only, no gas. There's very few lakes here in the state that are actually, 9.9 rated. And I think we have 3 lakes that are just full throttle, you wide open, you can go whatever. So, most of the lakes in every direction are electric only, so this whole setup is just amazing.
Cool. Well, let's use it. Let's zoom out of here.
Let's